Well, look, I'm hoping it's first and foremost. I hope it's going to be a big week. I hope we're going to get some news. But what I will say at the start is this is a news show. In the past, there's been times where I've said, look, you're going to hear something today. You're going to hear something this week about this, that, and the other. I'm just going to be consistent here, and I think, thankfully, a lot of people are waking up to this. Nobody knows what's going to happen. No one knows when it's going to happen. There is no timeline. There is, some people think we're waiting until the end of the month to sack Ten Hag to get it out of this financial year. Some people think we're going to wait for the Euros and Southgate. I think it was interesting last night that more people were saying that they've heard that United like Southgate. I don't know why this is considered to be a myth and being made up. I mean, I tweeted something this morning from March about Gareth Southgate. There's a myth out there that no credible source has ever linked us to Southgate and that it's a rumour. It's not a rumour. Fabrizio was on the show in March saying that Manchester United, people at Man United and Ineos admire Gareth Southgate. We'll ask him about him at 12:30. Southgate's still very much on the radar. But where we're going to start this morning is quite an interesting piece coming out from Fabrizio Romano. This is brand new this morning. Like I say, we've got him on the show at 12:30 where we'll ask him about what's happening with the manager situation now. But I think we can box off the Tuchel story because this is basically what has been said from Fabrizio Romano in an article this morning. He says there's been a big update on the Manchester United manager situation, as my understanding now is that Thomas Tuchel and Man United are not expected to reach an agreement for the former Bayern Munich manager to become the manager at Old Trafford. I can confirm contacts were made re a meeting with Manchester United. Tuchel was always considered the favourite candidate in case United did decide to part ways with Ten Hag. So that's a big statement. Tuchel was the considered favourite if they decided to part ways with Ten Hag. A decision on Ten Hag has not yet been made. What's going on? As I've said recently, Man United are having meetings with several agents and representatives of managers to make sure they assess all the options on the market before making a decision on new manager or on keeping Erik Ten Hag. Tuchel was the favourite of these options because he had direct conversations with Manchester United and Sir Jim Radcliffe. But my understanding now is that Tuchel wants to take a break from football this summer. Tuchel doesn't want to take any job for now, so his decision is to leave the conversations. He wants to take a break. He had talks with Man United, but he's currently planning to relax and wait for new opportunities in the future. Tuchel was the closest to getting the job in case they considered a change. Let's see what happens. Man United might try and make one last effort, but we will have to see what happens. I mean, look, that's all from Fabrizio Romano. Fabrizio, David Ornstein, they are probably the two most credible outlets for news in football. And there's some interesting stuff in there. It reads like Tuchel decided he didn't want to be part of it anymore. It reads like Man United could go and beg him to come back. It reads like Tuchel is going to wait and see if there's better opportunities out there. And honestly, it reads like there is some semblance of truth, because I've always said about Tuchel, to me it looked like he was flirting. When the Chelsea job was there, I love Chelsea. Man United job was there. I love the Premier League. Barcelona job was there and looking for challenges. I think Tuchel is basically looking at a job that suits him. I don't think he's a guy that's looking at Man United and going, that's the be all and end all. And maybe we're not the be all and end all for everybody, but yeah, I think it's interesting that Tuchel is considered to be the favourite for the job up until now. What does that add to the situation? Frustration, confusion, and ultimately, I think when you read what Fabrizio has said, that Man United are speaking to representatives and agents of managers to understand what the market's like if they decide to part ways with Erik Ten Hag. I would say we were doing this 3 months ago. I still do not understand in relation to this week, and we will be talking about transfers, Rob, because there's a lot to talk about. But in relation to this week and this manager and what is happening, everybody I speak to, everybody I listen to, I think everybody is in total unison of what football club behaves like this. What football club does this? It's fine to do it in March. It's fine to do it in May. It's fine to do it in February because the season is on and you can just crack on with it and no one's really taking any notice. But when the season ends, it's a well-established fact that everybody is looking at who's going to get sold, who's going to get bought. And that is the big frustration here, is that the season is over and we're not buying and we're not selling because we're interviewing and speaking to managers that we could have spoken to weeks and months ago and should have spoken to weeks and months ago. And it's the delay at this point. And it also leads to the question of, have Ineos got a new plan now? What plan are they on? Did they start off on plan A and they're down to plan F? Like, what is it they're actually doing? Because the only thing that's coming out, as I said last night, is just complete and utter incompetence. Whatever decision they make now, I don't think anybody is going to look at it and go, oh, I saw the plan. Oh, I get it now. I understand why we've done this. Yes. Oh, what a move. I don't think we're going to get that. Either way, if they keep Ten Hag, if they get rid of him, I don't think we're all going to look at it and go, oh, I see. Yeah, masterstroke. I don't see that. I don't. I mean, look at the Dan Ashworth situation. He's a director of football. He's not Lionel Messi. We were getting him in February. We still haven't got him in June. It's not like when he walks in the door, we're going to go, oh, it was worth it. Here he is. He's Dan the man. He's a fucking director of football. And we've been waiting for months on him as well. They, at the moment, look very, very, very indecisive and incompetent. And I think, personally, very good record in billionaireism, very good record in coaching, cycling, but in football, there's a world of difference between the French League and the Premier League, and there's a galaxy of difference between Manchester United and Nice, and they look very, very, very inexperienced in dealing with big football clubs. When you look at the way Real Madrid behave, Liverpool behave, PSG behave, like, they make mistakes, but they don't hang themselves out to dry like this. It just looks incompetent. Somebody said this in the chat last night. Can you imagine what Barcelona and Real Madrid fans would be doing about this? Can you imagine what Real Madrid fans and Barcelona fans would be doing if they were in this situation now? Season finished 2.5 weeks ago and they were looking to sack Ancelotti, or, Barcelona, have only just replaced a manager, to be fair. But they're not to know who it's going to be. And they're interviewing all sorts of shit. They'd be going mad. Man United, for some reason, our fan base just doesn't get things done. We don't. And I don't blame any part of the fan base for that, but we don't. I think the Glazers have ground us down over 20 years, that we just don't collectively get anything done. We just sit there moaning, and that's why the Glazers survive so long. They don't really take any notice of us. But I think at other clubs, they're more accountable. At Real Madrid, they're more accountable at Barcelona, and I just don't think other clubs would be putting up with this. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. And Goldbridge, that's the end of the clip. I'm sure you enjoyed it. In fact, I bet that's the best clip you've ever watched. So there's no reason not to subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon so you never miss a clip again. In fact, smash a like on the video, because we all know only legends like videos, and you are all legends. So please smash a like on the video, and we will see you again on the next one. Thank you very much for watching, as always.